What a week it has been for global financial markets, and if you're having trouble keeping up, don't worry, you're not the only one. Let's try and take a look at the latest developments. At just before 9:30 p.m. UAE time yesterday evening, we got this headline here. This was President Trump posting on Truth Social that he was announcing a 90-day pause on what he called non-retaliating countries, ones that hadn't fought back with their own tariffs. Basically, everyone except for China. Trump blinked is how many investors are describing this moment. But however you want to evaluate it, the market reaction was immediate and significant. Take a look at this. This is the S&P 500. This is an index tracking the leading stocks in the US. It rallied 9.5% in the wake of that announcement. That is the biggest one-day gain since 2008. And we all know what was happening then. It was the middle of the financial crisis. Clearly, you missed the art of the deal, said the White House press secretary. But just how artful has this deal been when you consider that that index is still down more than 3% since all of this crisis began last Wednesday? That's billions of dollars worth of value that has been erased. So just how artful has this deal been? But anyway, the positive sentiment has rolled through again this morning. This is the Asia Pacific trade this morning. The Nikkei over in Japan up more than 9%. That is huge. But you'll notice here the CSI 300, the Shanghai Composite, these are Chinese markets. The gains are much more muted there because China still very much is under tariffs, 125% worth of tariffs actually. That figure was hyped yesterday by Trump. So he really is still trying to maintain maximum pressure on the world's second largest economy. Let's take a look at what's going on here in the UAE. This is Dubai stocks. They are up just over 2% this morning, which is positive. But again, we are still down nearly 2% on where we were last Wednesday, when this whole saga began. Finally, let's take a look at oil. Yes, we got a bit of a rally yesterday off the back of the Trump announcement, but we've still gone from $75 to $65 in the space of a week, and that is obviously not good for economies in this part of the world. Just where we go next is anybody's guess. All countries other than China are now on a 10% tariff for the next 90 days. Now, it doesn't make a huge difference for the UAE or Saudi Arabia because we were already going to be subjected to 10% tariffs. But for the likes of Jordan or Israel, that's good news for now because they were facing much higher tariffs. Where we go from here, like I say, is anybody's guess, and anybody who thinks they can predict what's going to happen next after the week we've had is a very brave person.